Namaste. Myths of asanas. The myths behind asanas has a lot to teach us. They show us the how our soul travels from the ignorance to illumination. Illumination has three main components: Sat, which is the truth; Chit, which is the clear consciousness; and Ananda, that boundless joy, that true blissfulness. I'll be talking about Trikonasana and the myths behind it. Trikonasana, triangle pose. The shape triangle is one of the strongest and stablest shapes in the nature. So Trikonasana, the triangle shape is formed in three places with the body in Trikonasana. One is between the legs, two legs, and the other one is the hand that's on the ground with the side of the body and the front leg. The third triangle is the hand that's going to be pointing up and the 2 feet. Trikonasana is represented with the sacred trinities. We have multiple sacred trinities. For example, life, birth, death, or earth, space, and heavens, or the 3 gunas that composes our bodies and mind. The 3 gunas are tamas. This comes from the Lord Shiva. It represents slowness, inertia, ignorance. It has a destructive force to it, and it's represented by the animal sloth, which is really slow. And the rajas, which comes from the Lord Brahma, it represents the creativity, the passion, the energy. It represents by the animal, the bull. And the sattva, which is that calmness, that clarity of life, clarity, the pure consciousness, comes from Lord Vishnu, and it is represented by the animal cow. While we want to invite as much sattva into our lives as possible, tamas and rajas are still needed for us to sustain. For example, we need tamas to be able to fall asleep. We need rajas to be able to wake up and get the work done. It's just that if they're not balanced and there's too much of it, then it causes imbalances in our life. So we need tamas and rajas, but only to the level that we need it. There's a story, a myth behind Trikonasana, war of illusion. There was once a demon, Mahishasura, who was a very fearful demon, and he was causing havoc with gods and goddesses and distracting them from doing what they're supposed to do. So Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva combined their energy and created this very powerful Mahamaya, also called Durga. So she has a vehicle, lion. So she came on the lion, and there was a fierce fight with Mahishasura, and Mahishasura was killed. And that restored peace and calmness in the entire universe. So similarly, our mind has this Mahishasura, these demons that could be thoughts, illusions, opinions, whatever they are, they're taking us away from our true self. So using the help of Mahamaya, which translates to Sanskritam as it means great illusion, we can use the help of Mahamaya and destroy the Mahishasuras in our mind so that we can be in touch with our true nature. Chakras. The body is made up of a bunch of nerves, and when the nerves come together, they create a plexus, like solar plexus. So wherever there's a plexus, there is a chakra. So our yogis from the past did a lot of research, tuned into the bodies, figured out where the chakras lie and what kind of energy they hold. We have 7 chakras, and I'll be talking about one of the chakra, the base, the foundation chakra, which is located at the base of the spine. The other Sanskritam name for it is Mooladhara chakra. As the name states, it represents the basis, all the basic things like food, shelter, financial stability, that sense of security that we have in life, that we have a solid base so we can aim for higher things. So, like same thing, if you want to, in your spiritual practice, having a strong foundation of root chakra helps us go higher in the spiritual practice, helps us go higher in our meditative state, aim for balances in the higher chakras. So typically the foundation chakra is critical to be able to go higher. The root chakra is represented by the element earth, and it is represented by the deity Ganesha, which is the favorite elephant-headed god. So any asana where we are in touch with the earth can help balance the root chakra. For example, Tadasana, the standing posture, or a sitting posture like this, or walking barefoot, anywhere where we are in touch with the Mother Earth. That helps us, restore the balance of the root chakra. So come to get into the sensation of your breath in the moment, focusing on the root chakra, and ask the root chakra what message it has for you today. It could be an energy, sensation, a movement, an image, a word, a thought, whatever the root chakra is giving us. Let's stay in the breath, stay in the sensation, stay in the moment, and listen to the wisdom of the root chakra. Sutras, Yoga Sutras. Sutra means thread. So Yoga Sutra means threads of yoga. Like how our fabric, as you can see, the threads are keeping the fabric together. The Yoga Sutra, the threads of yoga, are keeping the entire fabric of yoga together. Yoga Sutras were written by Patanjali, a very great author, one of the phenomenal, exceptional author. There were 195 shlokas in it, sutras in it, and I'm going to be covering one of them. So divided into 4 chapters. So 4th chapter, 7th sutra is the law of karma. So I'll go ahead and chant. Karma ashuklam akrishnam yoginas trividham itaresha. Karma ashuklam akrishnam yoginas trividham itaresha. Karma ashuklam akrishnam yoginas trividham itaresha. This shloka, the literal translation or the concise translation of it is, ordinary people who don't practice yoga, the actions are good, bad, or a mixture. But someone who practices yoga, their actions are not bound by the fruits of it, and they are completely colorless. Means there's no label, good, bad, there's no labels there. So the nice thing about this sutra is this is one of the sutras that gets the teachings of karma directly into this yogic text, because karma teachings are critical in pretty much every Eastern tradition, philosophy, or culture. So karma itself means action. It's not good or bad, just action. So what this means is people who are not practicing yoga or any spiritual practice, because yoga is not just the only way, any practice can get to the same conclusions. So people are not practicing, they have these, they feel like life is happening to them, they're the victims of it. So the questions like why not, why me, why now comes in. But for somebody who is practicing that spiritual practice or yoga, we're not reactive to it, we're open-ended. So the good and bad are not defined by the action, but our response to it. So because we are detached from the actions, we're able to take life with open arms, and every experience is set to set us free, so that true blissfulness is what we can experience. So this gives an insight to that state of mind that a yogi would have. Namaste.